Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jacob Tocini, and here today is our special guest, Miss BreAnne Benson. Miss Benson is from West Fargo, North Dakota, and is a junior at Chadron State College, obtaining her bachelor's degree in communication, all while competing on the rodeo team for Chadron State College. Thank you for joining me today, and how has your day been, Miss Benson?
It's been well, and you?
It's been really great so far. So I have so much questions in store for you and so much to ask. One of the main questions that I wondered about myself was, what are you majoring in?
I'm majoring in communications with an emphasis in journalism and media productions.
Oh, that is awesome. That is really awesome. For along the way throughout your whole time being here while you're majoring and college as well, how did you get involved with rodeo?
My dad's a horse trainer, and my mom rodeoed when she was younger as well, and so it's just always been something that's been a part of our family. We'd all rope together, things would happen.
That is awesome. Oh, I always wondered about that, and it's very special because you never know what you could pick up while you're doing it with rodeo, especially with family members as well. The next question that I have for you is, what events did you compete in while you're in high school rodeo?
When I was in high school rodeo, I did everything. So it was barrel racing, pole bending, goat tying, team roping, breakaway roping, and then I also did rein cow horse.
That is awesome. I never knew that. So altogether, when you had so much throughout your time being in high school, what were your successes during high school rodeo?
Some of my biggest were winning state for rein cow horse. That was a big one for me, and it came after an accident that I should have been paralyzed from the neck down or not here. So that was in the same event. And then I went on to place top 30 at the national finals that year. And then the year after, I placed 15th in the world.
That is awesome. That's what you call motivation right there. So much on the line, so much in store for you, especially in the future as well. Speaking of the future, we're going to talk about the 2022 and 2023 season. What do you think about our new head coach for the Chadron State College rodeo team this year?
I'm really, really excited to have Lane as a head coach. He's kind of proved to us in the past years how dedicated he is to making this team better. Even in less than ideal conditions sometimes, he still has always stepped up and wanted the best for us. So I'm really excited to see where he's going to take the team further.
That is awesome, because especially with that, Lane, I know Lane's been in this position for a long time, and it was going to eventually happen sooner or later. So you never know where it will lead to, especially for the rodeo team. Along the way, as we carry about the rodeo team, we're going to talk about your successes. We talked about it in high school rodeo. Now we're going to go to the college ranks. From the college ranks, that carries on from your rodeo and in college. What are your major successes within those two from the college and college rodeo?
As far as college rodeo goes, it's kind of a different game. Everyone's at that next level, which has been really fun. For me, I've been focusing on a younger horse, and so while I've made a couple of short goes, and that, for those of you who don't know, that's like the top 10 in each event at a rodeo. But with a younger horse, that means a lot more for me. And then I guess at the same time, as far as college goes, just keeping up with homework and everything on top of rodeo and practice that's a feat in itself.
That's all that matters, because you never know where it may lead to, especially like how we're talking about the animal athletes, the sport within itself, especially dealing with your college and especially with the credits involved. Speaking of the credits and with everything involved, the horse that you are currently riding, tell me more about that horse, and what does that horse have to offer you, and what do you expect in the future with that horse you're riding for the CSC Rodeo team?
So he is 9 years old. His name is Coach, and we've had him since he was a 2-year-old. My dad got him in for training, and then we ended up buying this horse from the people just because he wasn't going to work out for them. He wasn't as far along as they'd liked him to be. From there, I honestly kind of stole him from my dad, and I started using him for everything in high school. It was kind of a time of seasoning, and we say that when we're like getting younger horses ready and used to kind of the rodeo atmosphere. My freshman year of college, though, he had kind of an injury. It was a rare tumor that grew in his foot between his coffin bone and his hip wall. So if you were to think about like where a horse's foot is, it sits right here, and there's a really important bone inside of their foot that kind of helps them balance and everything. That tumor really, really kind of wore down that bone, and it happened twice, which is all the more rare, where they had to cut off the entire front of his foot, let it grow out. And so there was a 2-3 year period where I couldn't ride him, I couldn't use him. Honestly, we thought about putting him down. They told me he'd never be able to do anything again. And so for me to be rodeoing on him right now is really big. That was kind of a lot for me, and it put that drive back in me for a while. So
the drive is what carries all of us, especially within the sport, especially within our animal athletes. So as we went to go talk about into your horse, now we're going to talk about your end-term goals. What are your end-term goals for the college rodeo season this year and many more years yet to come?
Obviously, everyone on our team, we all want to shoot for the college finals, and qualifying there would be awesome. To do well there would be even better. But for me right now, and knowing the stage of like almost recovery for this horse, and we're just getting back into it, as long as he can keep progressing and staying confident while we're doing it, long term that's going to help me out in the future. And so college rodeo has been a really good way to build confidence and a good place to have a lot of support while doing it.
That's especially within that sport itself. Well, along the way, there's one more question in particular I gotta ask, and the fans from the CSC want to know more about. How did you get into taking pictures for the rodeo team? I have seen so many beautiful takes, and it's all art within itself. It amazes me, it blows my mind. So altogether, what got you into taking pictures for the CSC Rodeo?
Well, first of all, thank you, because it's still pretty new. But it actually started with, photojournalism class with Professor Michael Kennedy. And rodeo photography had never been something I ever expected myself to get into. But we'd go to rodeos every weekend, and while I was trying to keep up on homework, it just made sense that I would try and get my assignments done while I was there. And then some people asked me to, like, oh, are you going to take pictures of me? Like, kind of ask for little favors like that. And I just started doing it, and I kind of fell in love with it. It was something that I could do, that I could sit and focus and think about rodeo the entire day, but at the same time, like, doing something for other people. So it was really fun for me, and it just kind of took off. I guess people liked it, so.
You never know where it may go to, especially in the future within itself, because you have a bright future ahead of you, but unfortunately, this is all we have the time for today, and it's been an honor and a pleasure joining you with us with the CSC Chat. Along the way, I'd like to thank you all once again, and for Ms. Benson for being here today and sharing with us today, especially her journeys and her trials and tribulations. I'm Jacob Totocini. Thank you for tuning in for the CSC Chat, and have a great day.